Okay, so the new Superman movie, it's finally here after, well, years of waiting, right?
Absolutely. And the big question everyone's asking.
Did it fly?
Yeah.
Or, did it hit a bit of kryptonite straight away?
Yeah, exactly.
So today, we're doing a deep dive. We're going to unpack the early box office numbers, the critical buzz around James Gunn's new take. Our mission, really, is to cut through all the noise and just give you the essential info. How did it actually do in those first few days? What's different about this Superman, according to the people who made it and reviewed it?
Yeah, and we've looked at industry reports, box office trackers, reviews, trying to get the full picture for you.
Right.
And, what's really fascinating isn't just the raw numbers, though we'll get to those. It's what they suggest about, well, what audiences want right now.
You mean like for this specific character? For Superman?
Yeah, for Superman and for James Gunn's whole vision. We're trying to connect the dots, between the money side, the box office, and the movie's actual message. Why this version seems to be clicking?
Okay, let's get into those dots then, the numbers. It kicked off really strong Friday, July 11th. In India, just looking at India first, it pulled in a net collection of 6.9 crore on day one.
Right. And that net collection, just so you're clear, that's the money after the taxes come out, after the cinemas take their cut.
Yeah, exactly. And specifically from 3D showings, according to SAGNOC, the industry tracker.
Which, for a big Hollywood film in India, is a very healthy start. Especially only counting 3D.
And the occupancy, the overall English occupancy in India was 24.96%, almost 25%.
Yeah, and nearly 25% on a Friday. That's actually quite robust. It means like 1 out of every 4 seats was filled.
Suggests pretty strong initial buzz.
Definitely, especially since it wasn't a holiday or anything. And if you put it in context, compare it to what else was playing.
Right, how did it stack up?
Well, Jurassic World Rebirth, which was already in its second week, did about 3.04 crore that same day.
Okay.
And Brad Pitt's F1 film, that was on day 15, it did 1.93 crore.
So Superman clearly, dominated them.
Oh, yeah. It also opened alongside a couple of new Indian films, Malik and Ankan Ki Gustakian. So it wasn't without competition. Makes the number look even better.
Wow. Okay, so strong start in India, but obviously this is a global release. How did it do worldwide?
Yeah, the bigger picture. Deadline reported it pulled in $55 million worldwide on that opening day.
$55 million?
From 78 countries, so wide release.
And this movie, it wasn't cheap to make. The budget was reportedly huge.
The Wall Street Journal pegged it at $225 million. That's about 1931.75 crore.
Whoa. $225 million.
Produced by Troll Court Entertainment, that's Gunn's company, along with DC Studios.
Which is now steering the whole DC ship.
Right, and the Safran Company. Peter Safran, Gunn's co-chair at DC. So it signals that unified DC vision.
Okay, so with that kind of massive budget, $225 million.
Right.
What does a $55 million opening day really mean? Is that good enough?
Well, that's the $225 million question, isn't it? $55 million is solid, definitely a good start. But for a film costing that much, plus you have to factor in marketing.
Which could easily be another $150 million on top.
Easily. So $55 million puts it firmly in the needs strong legs category. Yeah. It needs people to keep going, good word of mouth, over the next few weeks.
Which leads perfectly into the next bit. How was it received? Forget the money for a second. What did critics and early audiences think?
Right. Did it actually land well? Looking at Rotten Tomatoes, the review aggregator, it scored a pretty strong 82%.
82%, okay.
Yeah, and that's based on, 336 reviews already.
Wow, that many reviews in already. And 82% with that volume is genuinely good for a blockbuster.
It really is. For a superhero film, that often points towards that positive word of mouth you need for the long haul at the box office.
Definitely helps those legs you mentioned. We also saw a specific take from Sumit Kadel. He's a film trade analyst. He gave it 3.5 stars on X.
Okay, what did he say?
He called it colorful, vibrant, thoroughly entertaining, and crucially, has a simple, easy-to-follow story. He added, "This Superman is clearly inspired by the actual comic books, made with kids and families in mind."
Kids and families in mind. That's interesting because it really echoes what James Gunn himself has been saying.
About his vision for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Beyond the numbers and the ratings, the director's intention here seems, well, really compelling. Gunn's been quite vocal about it.
What's he saying is the core idea?
He described the movie's core message as bringing a message of hope to a cynical world.
Hope to a cynical world. Okay.
Yeah, and he elaborated on that. He said something like, everybody's ironic about everything all the time. And he, Superman, is a good-natured guy who wants to be kind.
Huh.
And when you see the world through Superman's eyes, everyone is beautiful. It's quite earnest.
That feels like a very deliberate choice right now, doesn't it? Emphasizing kindness and hope.
Absolutely deliberate.
Yeah.
We've had years of gritty reboots, anti-heroes, lots of cynicism in our blockbusters. So for Gunn to lean so hard into Superman's inherent goodness, his kindness, it feels like a statement, reminding us there's power in empathy, not just, punching things harder.
It's a bold move for a modern superhero flick, aiming for something genuinely uplifting.
Very intentional, I think.
Yeah.
That message of hope seems key to his whole approach.
And who's bringing that vision to life? The cast is pretty stacked, too.
Yeah, you've got David Corenswet stepping into the cape as Superman.
Big shoes to fill.
Huge. And then Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, plus Isabella Merced, Nathan Fillion, Anthony Carrigan, Edie Gathegi. A really strong ensemble.
Okay, so wrapping this up then, what does this all mean for you, the listener, trying to get a handle on this new Superman?
Well, I think the takeaway is a solid start at the box office, both in key markets like India and globally. Not earth-shattering maybe given the budget, but strong.
Right, and backed up by pretty positive reviews that 82% on Rotten Tomatoes suggest good word-of-mouth potential.
Exactly, and perhaps most distinctively, you've got a director with a very clear, maybe even old-fashioned vision of bringing hope and kindness back to the forefront through this iconic character.
So this deep dive gives you that initial snapshot, good numbers, good reviews, and a very specific, hopeful tone. You're basically up to speed on the launch.
Yeah, and maybe it leaves us with a bigger question to chew on, this whole focus on hope and kindness.
Yeah.
In a world that does often feel pretty cynical, like Gunn said,
Yeah.
how much are we actually craving that? Narratives about genuine kindness, especially from our biggest heroes.
Our audience is really ready for a purely good-natured Superman again?
It's something to think about, right? As these huge movies shape our cultural conversation, how much do we need that message of hope right now?